today's video, I am happy to announce, is going to be picking a mystery book from my TBR jar and reading it. All right, so let's get the TBR jar down. I'm so excited. Today is June the 1st and I get to pick my TBR blind pick. So I've mixed it up. Let's go ahead and pick one. I always get so nervous when I do this. But this month I'm really excited actually to have a chosen book, because last month I chose 3 Weeks with My Brother and I was really backed up on books here for a minute, but I finally have finished all of my TBR picks and also all of my wrapped TBR picks because it's been a minute. And so anyway, I finally have finished them all, so I'm feeling really confident and excited going into this month. And I already have one in my hand that I picked, so let's read it and figure out which one it is. Okay, Basket Case. And I know exactly which one this is, and let me go grab it and I'll show it to you. Here's Basket Case, and it's really funny that I picked this actually, because I was just thinking to myself, I had bought all of this author's books, and I don't want to butcher his name, but I think it's Carl Hiaasen, and I had read one book by him and I really liked it, and then I just happened to see all these books for like $1 that were from him, and I thought it would be cool to have a little collection of his books. So I had bought a lot of them and I have yet to even read one, and I've been collecting them for like a year. So I was just thinking the other day how I really should get to reading one of these soon, and look at that, I picked one. So I'm actually really excited about this. I have no idea what this one is about, but I will put it up on the screen for you so you can read it if you would like. But pretty much this is part of a like series, but it does not have to be read as a series. Like, I think I started with book like 6 or something, and it was totally like you didn't need like background or anything like that. You could just jump right into it. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started reading this. I have just got into Basket Case, and this is surprisingly really good. I did not think it was going to be so good when I picked it up. I was kind of putting it off for a little while. Currently August, and this was June's pick, so it took me a little bit to get into this, but now that I'm into it, I feel like I can't put it down. So I'm going to give you like a little synopsis of pretty much what's going on without giving things away. And there's a lot of mysteries in this book. There's a lot to be uncovered and found out. So I don't want to give you too much, but pretty much we are following a reporter who got pretty much like demoted to be an obituary writer. And he's writing an obituary for this famous rock star that died mysteriously in a scuba diving accident. But he just has like a weird gut feeling that something's off about it, and that it wasn't by accident, even though that's what it was ruled as. And they were like rushing to get him cremated, and this writer was like trying to get it put off because he just had a weird feeling about it. So he's kind of like becoming an investigator, almost like an investigative reporter in this book, and we're kind of just going along on the journey with him of trying to figure out what's actually going on behind the scenes of all of this. And there's rock stars, there's famous people, there's all kinds of things going on. There's just like a lot of sneaky, shady people in this book, I feel like, and it's hard to figure out like who is who, and who you can trust and who you shouldn't trust. So there's a lot of characters, which a lot of the times I don't really like to have a lot of characters because I feel like it makes it almost too complicated. But in this book, I feel like it was totally necessary, and the author does a really great job of explaining who all the characters are and giving me like a really solid image of them. And even though it's not like a super long book, we still get a lot of context on each character, and I feel like it makes you really get to know them and keep them all super straight in your head. because that's my problem with a lot of characters. I just have trouble keeping them all straight. But I had absolutely no trouble with this. The writing style is really good, and I don't know why I was putting off this book, because I read another book by this author and I loved it. And then I think I read like Hoot, and watched the movie when I was a kid, and I loved that one too. So I'm really glad I finally picked it up. I'm really glad I own a lot of books by this author, so I would love to start another one after I read this one, because I literally can't put this down now that I'm into it. I am 166 pages in, so like almost halfway through it, and so far it's so good, and I just want to know what's going to happen. I want to know if it was actually an accident, or like if there was some shady stuff going on, because it seems like there's some shady stuff going on, but like it's just like you almost feel like it's kind of far-fetched to be thinking that it's shady, but I feel like the author like wants you to feel that way, but at the same time it could totally turn out to be like an accident and end up being kind of a funny book because of that. So I'm really intrigued. I really want to know how this is going to end. And also, with this story going on, you also have this writer's like backstory going on throughout this book, and you have like a side story kind of happening at the same time, which I don't want to like talk about too much, that side story, because I don't want to give anything away. But so it kind of feels like there's 3 stories in one in this book, and I love that. I love when books have multiple storylines, because it just keeps you so intrigued and interested. And if you're not really feeling one, but you're really feeling another one, it makes you like really motivated to continue reading. And with that said, I am really into all of the storylines, so I'm super motivated to keep reading all of them. And I feel like I'm going to finish this book within like the next 2 days. So let's go read a little bit more, and I will probably come back to you when I actually have finished this, because I feel like I've already talked a lot about this, and it's probably just because I'm so excited about it. But right now I'm leaning towards either a 4 or 5 stars for this book. It really just depends on how it all plays out of what my rating is going to be, but it's definitely going to be a high rating, because I'm really liking it so far. So let's go read. I just finished reading Basket Case, and I really liked it. I rated it 4 stars, and it was way better than I thought it was going to be. And I know I was just talking about how good it was, and I didn't think it was going to be good, and yada, but it was even better than like what I thought it was going to be in that clip that you just saw me film. So let me just tell you a little bit more about it, because so much happens in this book, and there is so many mysteries. There's like a mystery on a mystery on a mystery, and there's a lot of different characters, so we have a really big playing field, and each character comes with like their own mystery. So there really was a lot to uncover, which I loved. I think one of my first like real like loves of reading was reading mystery books, those like easy to solve, just, you know, like simple mystery books, but they're just so entertaining and just easy to read and quick and fast paced and just fun. They're a lot of fun, and this totally had that vibe. There was a lot of really weird, wacky things in this book that like I literally went around telling people about it, because I was just like, you want to hear something funny that I just read about? And it was in this book. There was like 3 or 4 different funny things in this book that I carry with me now as little mini stories that I can tell people. So let me tell you just one of those, and I don't want to give away anything, so I think this one is like the safest one to tell you. So there's a character in this book that he's a male character, and he has really long hair, like all the way down to his butt, they were saying, and it's really pretty and shiny and straight, and whenever people see him from behind, they think he's a girl because his hair is so beautiful. And he is trying to become a movie producer, so he's like in like the Hollywood type world setting, and so he has like a Hollywood type name. He has a real name, but that's really not talked about. But his actual name that he gave himself is L'Oreal, like the hair products L'Oreal. Like, it's hilarious. So there was another character in the book that was mad at him, and he was like, yeah, dude, like you named yourself after another company's hair product. That's how silly you are. Like, that was what they said. So that's one of my little mini funny stories. I hope you got a giggle out of that. If you didn't, I feel dumb. But it made me laugh, and there was like multiple different ones of those little short stories you could tell people that were in this book, and it was just so silly and funny, and I loved it. It didn't get 5 stars because it just wasn't like giving me like everything it needed to get a 5 stars, but it was nearly there. I would highly suggest reading Basket Case if you want a fun, quirky, fast-paced, thrilling mystery, unravel, whodunit type book. I think that's the best way to describe this one. So that's all I have to say about this. I am so excited that I read it, and I am so excited that I have a whole shelf full. I think I have about 7 I counted last night of this author's books, and just different ones that follow up. There's like a couple different series and things like that. So I'm excited. I hope that I will read another one of these before the year is over. I foresee maybe doing that, maybe not. Maybe if I pick it out of my TBR jar like I did this one. But I'm really glad that I picked it out of my TBR jar. Another one I'm glad to have done this TBR challenge for, because it's forcing me to get out of my comfort zone and pick up books I would not have normally picked up before. So I'm really glad about that, and thank you for hanging out with me today. And there are so many more videos I have like this on my channel if you'd like to go check them out. Also, make sure you check out the Wrap TBR challenge because it's very similar. I'm just reading, vlogging, talking to you about it, and taking you along with me as I do all these things. So thanks for hanging out. And check out my Instagram if you'd like to see more bookish content, because I have lots of stuff over there to check out. And make sure you check back here weekly. Every Friday I post a weekly video, and subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff that everyone knows how to do but doesn't do. No, I'm just kidding. This channel has grown so much, and I am so happy for all of you that have subscribed, and I hope that it just keeps growing and growing, and I keep getting to reach out to you guys and answer your comments and talk to you and make videos for you and hang out and all of that stuff. So I will see you on a new video soon, and bye.